You know what, Trey? Why don't you give it to him?
We are back.
Welcome back to the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Bandy. With me, as always, is Trey. We got 18 years of combined fantasy football experience right here.
Here.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm in Miami. We doing the thing.
Yeah, in Miami. Awesome, bro. You going to the game tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's going to be a good one. Patriot Sports Radio. What up, y'all? What up, Patriot Sports Radio? As always, showing some love, But yeah, got a crazy week ahead of us, buddy.
No doubt.
I figured we could go ahead and, hit some of our, kind of mid-season votes for some of the special categories we got going on.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's start at the top. Offensive Player of the Year. Who do you got, buddy?
So my offensive player of the year, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. Dude's been a menace. It's Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
He's had 76 receptions, for already over 1,100 yards. He's averaging 14 and a half yards per reception. I mean, the dude's a GOAT. He's a monster.
Yeah.
No matter what team he is, and I'm watching him play tomorrow.
Bro, lucky, bro. That's gonna be fun. It's crazy though for fantasy. I mean, he's averaging like 23 fantasy points in PPR leagues per game, despite only having 3 touchdowns on the year, which is wild. It's crazy. So for my offensive player of the year mid-season vote, I got Nick Chubb. I like Nick Chubb. I mean, everybody thought he was gonna be nothing, turn into something. I mean, Nick Chubb, he's doing good things, big things over there. He's making Kareem Hunt look like nothing, which, I don't like because I like Kareem Hunt. But, hey, I think Nick Chubb be good in there.
All right.
Patriot Sports Radio says Commish Coop will be there tomorrow as well, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Coop's going to be at the game. We got to get together, get a pick or something.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, we need to hit him up and, get a picture of him, man. That would be great. Picture with him, not of him. Let's move it on to defensive player of the year. Who you got, Trey?
My defensive player of the year, kind of a long shot, hasn't been the number one so far this year, but I think that he steps up even more than he's already done, and he's already a menace. I mean, the dude won a Super Bowl championship last year, and now he's on a new team. Can you guess who it is? It's Von Miller, baby.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Von Miller has surprised me, actually. When he first went over to the Rams, I was thinking he was washed, but apparently he just didn't have that fighting spirit that, he used to have. But he really surprised me and stepped up. Maybe it was because he was, I thought, maybe it's because he's behind Aaron Donald, but I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, dude's got 7 sacks on the year along with 16 combinations tackles. So, like, dude's a menace, and I think it only goes up from here.
Yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. My mid-season vote for defensive player of the year, I'm thinking Matt Judon over on the Patriots. I mean, he's making that line look great. He is just disrupting things. I mean, the last game they got 9 sacks. He's a monster over there, dude. It's wild over there.
Yeah, their defense really carries fantasy. So I mean, it shows in that and in our IDP leagues. I mean, dude's a menace.
Hey, like 40 points
Yeah.
for your defense. I'll take that, man. That helped me win, bro. I mean, I probably would have been all right, but hey, I'll take it. Highest score of the week on that one.
No doubt.
Again, I said this on last night's show, but I have the Patriots defense, and I couldn't drop them because I knew somebody would swipe them right up, dude. So I got that extra roster spot this week, just sitting there. What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, I actually dropped Alec Pierce instead of dropping the Patriots to pick up a second defense, and I had to pick up Detroit because they were the best available. And then our 16 team.
Yeah,
but I couldn't drop the Patriots. Like, I just couldn't do it.
That's what I was gonna say. It has to be 16 if Detroit's the only one left. Guys, by the way, if you got some start and sit questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Also, do us a big favor, like this video, helps us out tremendously. If you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We're doing big things over here, giving away all kinds of things. Uh, good stuff going on over here. But let's keep it moving, Trey. Offensive rookie of the year. Who do you got there?
Well, I said it last night on the podcast. I'll say it again today. Offensive Rookie of the Year, gotta be Chris Olave. Olive Garden himself. Unlimited breadsticks, unlimited receptions. Dude's got 43 receptions on the year for 618 yards. He's averaging 14.4 yards per reception. That's 0.1 less than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. No, I like that pick. I mean, he's definitely in the running, no doubt about that. And he has had to step up with Michael Thomas, Landry going out. I mean, he is basically the only option over there for Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Saints, hey, they picked up Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's insane, man. I don't know if that's like some kind of news stunt or something to try to bring some hype to the Saints or something. Do you really think he's going to start this year?
I mean, that just shows you the confidence that they have in Jameis Winston. Am I right?
Right.
I mean, they got Andy Dalton going in there. Even after Andy Dalton had a bad game, they're like, he's our guy, you think? I mean, I don't know. Cam Newton, man, I don't let him fool you, fantasy owners. Do not let him fool you.
Hey, the first game he comes back, you put him in and don't start him again because he'll get his little rushing touchdown. I'm back. And then he's back to the D leagues.
No doubt. No doubt. We got a question, Trey, down here.
Let's go.
Bronco Player says Jonathon Taylor and Lazard for Josh Jacobs.
Honestly, it feels like too much value. And I hate to say that, but Josh Jacobs hasn't had a great couple weeks, and I don't know if that is if he's downclining after a climax, that you don't know that that's going to come back up. So that worries me. And Jonathon Taylor, I think, has a good week this week. I think what you do is I think you wait until after this week. Jonathon Taylor goes off. Hopefully Josh Jacobs doesn't do very well, and you go straight across Jonathon Taylor for Josh Jacobs, and you hold on to Lazard.
Man, I hope you're right about Jonathon Taylor going off, because I sat Foreman Thursday night, and Jonathon Taylor's got to be my dude here. I don't hate the trade. I mean, if you can get Jonathon Taylor off of your bench, do it. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, if somebody offered me that, I would take it. I put up so many trade offers for Jonathon Taylor. Jonathon Taylor and someone else, they needed a quarterback, Kyler Murray. I mean, nobody would bite at all. So, yeah, Josh Jacobs had a couple down weeks, sure, but I think he's going to get it going again. And even if he has a couple down weeks, he's been consistent.
Well, that might be because I'm not a Jonathon Taylor owner in any league this year, and so I haven't dealt with the repercussions of having him. So that probably gives me a little less bias than other people.
It's rough, bro. It's rough. You had him last year when he was doing big things.
Yeah, so I love Jonathon Taylor.
We got another one. King Dirk. Welcome back, King Dirk, man. What's up, buddy? Should I trade Amon Ra St. Brown for Mike Evans?
I want Amon Ra in that.
Me too. Yeah, I want Amon Ra in this trade for sure.
And it's closer than I feel like most people would think, but I think Amon Ra wins that.
I get the appeal. Appeal because Brady and the Bucs are on the rise. Going to have a good game against Seattle, hopefully. But I'm sticking with Amon Ra, especially they got rid of TJ Hawkinson, so more balls, more targets should be heading his way. I'm holding on to Amon Ra for sure.
Yeah.
Guys, questions. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. We will get them to you. We'll get them answered for you. Having a good time. Let's see. We did defensive player of the year. I said Matt Judon. You got your offensive rookie of the year. Let's move on to my mid-season offensive rookie of the year vote. Dameon Pierce.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, he's been phenomenal. He's been the only bright spot on that offense. I mean, he's the only guy you could count on. You thinking starts and sits for Houston? Who are you thinking?
That's it. Dameon Pierce.
Exactly. Dameon Pierce is my offensive rookie of the year. He's awesome. We saw it in preseason. He showed out, and everybody thought, calm down, it's preseason. He's going against 2s and 3s. Bring it, bring it. He's been good against 1s. But let's keep rolling. Actually, we got another question. King Dirt, is Jerry Jeudy okay to start, Trey?
So I'd like to see who else you had on your bench that you would start over him that you're thinking about. Because Jerry Jeudy to me is a hit or miss. He could put up, 14, 15 points. He could put up nothing. So it's a high risk, high reward situation. If you're like predicted to lose by a lot, maybe throw him in there. But if you're looking pretty solid to win, I would put someone with a little more consistency, maybe not as high of a ceiling.
Yeah, no, I think this week he's okay to start. I mean, he's been consistently decent lately, so I don't hate starting Jerry Jeudy this week.
Right.
And of course, Albert popping in. Sup, fellas?
Albert in the house.
Always, bro. Always. Love that dude. Always popping in. Appreciate you, Albert. King Dirk says, I have Lazard on my bench. Ooh.
I feel like starting Lazard over Jeudy.
And Pollard.
Yeah, out of Jeudy, Lazard, and Pollard, I think my order would be Lazard, Jeudy, then Pollard, just because Zeke's back, and I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, Lazard, though, he kind of went off a little bit last week. I mean, I just became a Lazard owner, and I mean, he's looking good.
You're riding that high, huh?
I am. I'm riding that high for sure. Absolutely. I like Pollard though, man. I really hope the Cowboys offense understands what they have in Pollard and use him more, dude. It's insane. I think he'd be a great pass catching back because once he gets to the second level, dude, that's when he starts making guys miss and doing big things. And Dirk says, cheers, mate. But let's see.
Cheers.
There it is. Let's move on to the defensive rookie of the year. Trey, who you got there?
My defensive rookie of the year is your boy, Sauce Gardner, baby. For the Jets. Homeboy's got 44 combined tackles, 2 interceptions. I mean, the dude has really brought this Jets defense to a new level that now people are talking about them as like playoff contention and like just monster defensive team. And I haven't thought of that for the Jets since I can't think of any time I ever have.
Yeah, mine, it's Sauce Gardner also. I mean, that's exactly who I got as well. I agree with you for all the same reasons. And he's doing big things over there, and he put the cheese on his head, bro.
Right.
He made Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers his bitch, and then he just to rub it in a little more. Sauce Gardner doing big things, and Facebook user says Komet or Schultz tight end PPR league. Trey.
I don't like both of them scare me. You know what I mean? I don't say I don't like them because I actually like both of them, but they both scare me. If I had to pick one, I'm going with Komet.
Yeah, I mean, just because Chicago's offense has been getting things moving lately. He got 2 touchdowns last week. I'm gonna ride that Komet high. Also, I like Komet actually in this, but honestly, I'd be worried either way. Just like you said, I mean. It could go either way. You could start Komet and he could do everything, or you could start Komet and he could do nothing. Same with Schultz.
I feel like you're going to be mildly disappointed in either situation.
It's tight end. Yeah, of course you are. Keep the questions coming, guys. I love it. So let's go to our comeback player of the year.
You didn't hit your defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner. I'm right there with you.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's who I had too. Let's go to comeback player of the year. Just want to say at the beginning of the season, I did throw out Christian McCaffrey as a comeback player of the year before we saw anything, before we know anything. I wonder if he's in the conversation at least for that. But Trey, go ahead with your comeback player of the year. Who do you got?
So my comeback player of the year, I haven't talked about much since the preseason, but during the preseason, I said over and over again to draft this guy early. He was going to be way better than last year. You drafted him early the previous year. He probably hurt you. But this year I said draft him early because this dude's going to be a monster. And I think he's like on pace to be the guaranteed comeback player of the year. Saquon Barkley, baby.
Yep, I knew that's where you're going with that, and I don't hate that, and you're probably right. Saquon has been legit this year. He has been elite. I wish you'd have done this last year because I had him last year, but apparently he needed a little more time with the injury to get back to things. And I love it. I love the pick. My comeback player of the year is Geno Smith.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, Geno Smith, comeback player of the year. I mean, dude, he's coming back. He's doing things. He's being, they're learning to work with Geno. They're learning to have that offense work for him, and he's doing good things with it. King Dirk says, should I drop Mecole Hardman, Trey?
I think, he's out this weekend, and that gives Kadarius Toney a chance to take over that role if he gets crazy. I think you watch this weekend, and if Kadarius Toney really goes off and they really use him, maybe you think about it. But, dude's had a 4-touchdown game. Not a lot of players have had that this year, so it's kind of hard to drop someone like that. But I understand why you're asking the question.
Yeah, for sure. And I know he's hurt, I think, right now a little bit, but I'm not dropping Mecole Hardman, depending on what else I got going on. I mean, maybe you could get a trade going for him, honestly. Yeah. That's what I would try to do if you really are just don't want him there. I think Patrick Mahomes has learned to trust Mecole Hardman, and he's starting to be the player that they thought he could be in the beginning. So there you go. And Randy Miller back again. He's been here before. What's up, Randy? How you doing, buddy? Thielen, Mack, Hollins, or Khalil Herbert PPR, Trey?
So I personally love Herbert out of those three. I'm big on starting running backs over wide receivers in situations where it's questionable. And they're playing Detroit, who did all right against Green Bay with their defense and everything like that, but they are 32nd in defense and everything like that. I think Herbert has a good day. Even in PPR, I still think if it's the closest one, I would say is maybe Mack Hollins. Thielen scares me a little bit. I think they're all decent starts, but playing the Bills, that's why Thielen scares me a little bit. But Mack Hollins being the third, I think Herbert is my decision.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. It scares me because of Montgomery over there. I think they're trying to turn it into like a double-headed monster, but he had a rough week last week, Khalil Herbert. But if those are my choices, I think you got to go Khalil Herbert. Obviously, it's the flex spot. So Khalil Herbert, I think, would be a good flex out of all those options.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is like Mack Hollins in a PPR format might get those little bitty check downs, 3 yards here and there because they've got so many people on IR over there. But it's like it's a risk, man. I think Khalil Herbert has a solid floor going in.
Right, he's going to touch the ball. For sure. We got another one here. TS. Almost hit the TSS, but no, just TS. One wide receiver and one flex here, Trey. Josh Palmer, Rondell Moore, Cortland Sutton, Jeff Wilson Jr., Herbert, Khalil Herbert, Mostert, PPR. One wide receiver, one flex. What do you got?
Well, the wide receiver is guaranteed Josh Palmer. That's pretty easy for me to make that decision. He's going to be the one on the team. He did well last week in that situation. I think he does just as good this week. Now, the flex gets a little bit more difficult. For me, it's between Moore, Wilson Jr., and Herbert because Moore's gotten pretty consistent with, 5 to 6 targets a game. But Jeff Wilson could have a huge ceiling. Like we said, Herbert's got a decent floor. I think in this situation, though, I would go Josh Palmer and Jeff Wilson just to for the high ceiling.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah, I agree. Josh Palmer as the wide receiver because he's like the only viable option over there. But I think Jeff Wilson Jr. in the flex spot is a good call there. I mean, I think he's going to do big things over there. I'm so excited that seems like he's getting a shot. I really think they want to do the two-headed monster thing, but Jeff Wilson Jr. with the ball in his hands is something I really, really like. And, Daniels loves him. So Jeff Wilson Jr. is the flex. Josh Palmer as your wide receiver is my choice here. And Albert coming in with a question for us. Amon Ra or Judy half PPR?
Juju.
That's what I meant. Ju Ju half PPR.
I'm going Amon Ra, man. Amon Ra has not had a couple great games, but they've still been double-digit games, besides his injured games or whatever. But I think Amon Ra has a good week, especially against the Bears. And yeah, I mean, to me, it's Amon Ra because Juju just hasn't near the ceiling what Amon Ra has.
Yeah. It's tough though because Juju, if Mecole Hardman is out, I think I want to start Juju here. I mean, Amon Ra has such a big ceiling, but I feel like Mahomes and Juju are starting to get that connection going, and so it's tough. How do you sit Amon Ra?
The only thing I'm worried about is Kadarius Toney filling in that Mecole Hardman route and actually taking targets from Juju because he's doing so well in the matchup. Like, I really, if that connection is there, I mean, they've already I don't know if you've seen the video where they're going around asking who everybody's favorite player is in the locker room, but they go to Kadarius Toney and dude looks like a monster. And he's like, Mahomes.
I did see that video. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes. Yeah, I bet that's your best friend right now, buddy. Make me relevant, Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So yeah. Awesome. But yeah, thanks for the questions, guys. Keep them coming. We got plenty of time. Bring the questions on. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and remind you, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel, guys. That stuff helps us out so much. We're giving away things over here. We're giving away a DeAndre Swift signed jersey. If you look in the description, it's there in the description. Get you that signed DeAndre Swift jersey. And guys, don't forget that you could check out our Patreon, patreon.com/4thandflex. You're automatically entered in all our giveaways, contests, all that good stuff. But guys, got a little treat for you here. If you watched last night, you already know we got the People's Player Prop Bets with Patriot Sports Radio.
Hey, Chris with Patriot Sports Radio, putting the pro in producer. Today we're going to bring you some prop bets for the people by Patriot Sports Radio. You can get all of our prop bets at www.patriotsportsnow.com. The first three we're going to go today is Waddle, longest reception, over 23.5 yards. He's gone over this in 7 games already, and he's averaging 5th most, 17.3 yards per catch. We're getting that at a tasty -120. Next, we got Saquon Barkley, over 92.5 rush yards. It's a considerable number. I get it. The important numbers is carries per game. The last few which have been 22, 24, and 20. He's going to break a few versus the worst run defense in the league if he gets 20-plus rushes. And we're getting that at a cool -115. And for my very favorite, my plus money, Colts team TDs under 1.5. What do you want me to say? It's Ellinger and Jeff Saturday. The Colts averaged 0 TDs in the first half and 0.7 TDs per game the last 3 games. And that was with a real head coach. For more player props, again, give us a shout out. www.patriotsportsnow.com.
Awesome stuff over there. Patriot Sports Radio, guys. Check them out. Big things going on over there. Love those guys, man. Love those guys. Well, we got a question, Trey. Finn Storm says, who won this trade? Kelsey and Dak for Hurts and Ertz?
Well, I'm a little biased here because I have Hurts and Ertz, and they've carried me pretty far this year. But Kelsey is just insane at the tight end spot. But Dak's been hurt, and I'm not sure if if he's going to come back to his full potential. I know he's had a good game, but there's not a whole lot to look at yet. I still like Hurts and Ertz rest of season, but Kelsey and Dak have the potential to have more points. To me, I'd rather have the consistency with Hurts and Ertz.
Hurts and hurts. Yeah. It's hard to give up Kelsey though, but yeah, I mean the consistency of Hurts and Hurts. I mean, I get it. I don't hate the trade, but who won it, Trey? Who do you think? Do you think Hurts and Hurts won?
Yeah, I think Hurts and Ertz won.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree. Absolutely. Yeah. Consistency is key. Thank you for the question, Finn Storm. Keep them coming, guys. TS says, any concerns with Josh Allen being limited tomorrow or start Fields? Oof.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of concerns. I mean, they still haven't even announced him as the starter, but they didn't bring anybody up from the practice squad. Doesn't mean he won't be on the sidelines watching Case Keenum and then just be ready to go if they need him type situation. I do think he'll start. I think he'll play, but I do think that he will be limited. I think he won't be at 100%. You know what I mean? It's scary. The same injury put him out for a month last year. So now starting Fields over him. Oh, it was just announced that he is starting. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, I'm still worried about him being, slightly limited with the elbow and everything like that. But starting Fields over him, it's almost impossible for me to do that. I mean, Josh Allen has been so amazing for your fantasy team all year. I know Fields is on the rise, but I mean, it's Josh Allen. You got to start him.
Bro, I'm starting Justin Fields here. I mean, against Detroit, what happens? Josh Allen gets in there, starts throwing a little bit, and he's like, I shouldn't be, I got to get out of here, man. You never know. It's
hard, man.
It is hard. A lot of good questions today. It's very hard, but I just don't think Fields is on such a tear right now. How do you not start him against, against Detroit?
This is the way I look at it. If I start Josh Allen and he does bad, I'll feel bad. But if I sit Josh Allen for Fields doesn't do nothing, and Josh Allen goes crazy, I'll literally hate myself. So to me, I'm starting Josh Allen because I don't want to deal with those kind of emotions.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And TS says, I have Allen as well in another league with Tua as a backup. Tua?
Yeah, so this is a little bit different to me. Tua's been shown more consistency. Justin Fields is on the rise, but he's really only had a couple amazing games. I think that Tua can put up, enough points to where you'll be happy regardless, especially because they're going against the Browns, and I'm going to be there, so I'm going to hype him up. Tua's going to go crazy tomorrow. It's Tua Tyreek all day. And Waddle, he'll get in there and get his 23 yards like Patriot Sports Radio said.
He better, bro. He better, because I got him. I'm starting Waddle as per usual. So Waddle better get in there and do some things. I just want to point out that we said that Tua was going to be a top 10 quarterback this year. He did miss a few games. I'm just saying, we were kind of, ahead of the curve there, buddy.
Yeah, and all the people that were saying that Tyreek Hill was bust and blah, blah, and Mahomes made him and bitch made boy and all this. No, Tyreek Hill's still Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. I get it though. I may have been one of those people that was a little worried about this whole situation. I'll be completely honest with you. I thought Tua was going to be elite, but I just felt like Tyreek made the decision purely for the financial, set of things, and it just happened to work out for him though. Thanks for the questions, TS. Appreciate that, man. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to the channel, man. Good dude right there. But let's get back into our mid-season votes, Trey. My comeback player of the year was Geno Smith. Let's go to the coach of the year. Who do you got, Trey? Coach of the year.
Coach of the year, baby. Pack you in some double bubble and give it to Pete Carroll, baby. I mean, Seattle's 6-3 with Geno Smith. I don't think anyone that outside of Seattle thought that was possible. They're the leader of their division by more than a game. I mean, no one saw this coming, and it can't be all Geno Smith. There's no way. I mean, this has Pete Carroll written all over it.
Maybe, Russell Wilson was, giving him, bounce back, every time, he wanted to do something, Carroll, Russell Wilson wanted to do it his way. And maybe Geno is, more open to, doing things someone else's way. I mean, he is the coach, right?
Yeah. And Geno doesn't have the great, stats behind him to boast his ego,
Did you see the comment where he's talking about the wristband and stuff? So Pete Carroll out of nowhere comes on does an interview and says, I think the reason Geno's been doing so good is because he's wearing the wristband, and that helps move things along. We had a lot of bounce back with that before, but this quarterback is like,
like he's reading the plays that they're calling.
And Russell Wilson responded to it. I mean, he's like, I got in there. I won a Super Bowl without a wristband, so funny stuff. Coach of the year for me, Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. Turn the Giants into a contender. I mean, they haven't been pretty to watch, but they're winning games. And, I mean, that's what you want out of your coach, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think about all the potential, coaches for Coach of the Year, and I think who is the biggest surprise to me, and I think Brian Daboll is the biggest surprise.
I thought the same thing, but for Pete Carroll.
Absolutely. I can't argue with your logic, that's for sure. But let's move it on to MVP. Trey, who is your mid-season vote for MVP of the National Football League?
Okay, so most valuable player. Now, in the preseason, I was sleeping on his team. It was tough, but I drafted him anyway in the 5th round, baby. And he's been murderous. And that is your boy, Jalen Hurts. 2,042 yards so far this season, 12 touchdowns through the air. That's not counting anything on the ground. He's only had 2 interceptions. He has a 68% completion rating, and his rushing is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that at all. My only thing, and since we're talking about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, I will get into it. The Eagles' schedule has been super soft, dude. I mean, they beat the Lions, Vikings, Commanders, Jaguars, Cardinals, Cowboys, Steelers, Texans. All right, let's go with the Lions. Worst defense, historically ranked one of the worst defenses. Kirk Cousins in prime time, which is never good. The Cardinals without D-Hop there. Okay. The Cowboys with Cooper Rush. The Steelers in a clearly struggling year. And they almost lost to the Texans in primetime on Thursday. So has what the Eagles done been that impressive?
Yes. So let me start here. So the Lions beat Green Bay. So they're not secretly the worst team. Let's see. The Vikings, were they 8-1? And people say they have a bad schedule too. But it's like, look at their record. Who else did you say? The Cardinals without D-Hop. Okay, but Kyler Murray is the one that carries that team regardless in the end. Cooper Rush was undefeated before the Eagles ran into him. The Steelers, okay. Well, you can't have all hard wins. And the Texans always compete until they lose.
Yeah, well, still, I mean, I need to see a big time win before I can actually jump on this Eagles bandwagon, dude.
Well, you'll see them in the playoffs. So
we'll see. I mean, if you remember last year, the Cardinals went on a tear too. Would they go 8-0? And then what happened?
And then they took a little L.
A lot of L. You remember that playoff?
L.
You've seen that playoff game against the Rams?
Yeah.
Terribly Terrible game.
You mean against the Super Bowl champions?
Still. Yeah, okay, whatever. There he is. TSS Fantasy, Commissioner Cooper. What up, boys? Bonus feud question. Which 5 defenses scored the highest last week?
Oh, God.
Jeez, he's putting us on the spot.
I was not prepared to answer these questions. Like, I'm trying to think of who was on a bye last week so I don't look like an idiot.
Which 5 defenses scored the highest last week? Patriots.
Tennessee.
New England Patriots is definitely one of them.
I'm saying Tennessee Titans.
All right. Did we get the X or what?
Also, Coop, if you're going to be at the Miami Browns game tomorrow, hit me up, and we're going to link up for a pick.
Yeah, dude. He's in Miami right now. He's going to be at the game. Pats. Ding. Correct.
Let's go.
While we're waiting for that, Pierce or Walker, full PPR.
Oof. That's a tough one.
I gotta go Walker. Ooh, the Bucks though.
Exactly. That's why I thought I knew for some reason that I was like thinking Pierce, and it's because of the Bucks. Even Yahoo has like his points estimated like way low. Yeah. I don't even have to look. Like Pierce, it's Pierce. I think I'm just worried. You know, you're the one always talking about how Tampa Bay's run defense is like molly-whopping and popping. You know,
molly-whopping and popping. I like that. Yeah, no, I'm going Pierce. Yeah, but you know what does it? It's like always like that 1 or 2 running backs a year that just go off on Tampa Bay, and they're like, I thought this was the best one. You know, I'm going Pierce. I'll go Pierce here for sure.
Yeah,
just because I love me some Pierce. Let's get back to it. TSS Fantasy. Pats, correct. We're looking for which 5 defenses scored the highest last week. Let's see. Oh shit. For real? Titans. Correct? No. Oh, X, Trey. You got the X, bro. Number 1 is Patriots. Okay. And he said he sold the 3 seats, but his kids are going. Dang. But he's in Miami. Y'all should still meet up and, whatever.
It's not easy to meet up in Miami.
Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah. That's awesome, though. Hey, what, do you see Elijah Mitchell is coming back off of IR?
I have not seen that. That's interesting.
He's coming back off of IR, but do we care with
I don't
CMC
think we
there?
do. I mean, I think he's going to be a waiver wire chilla.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll be smart and they know they got a guy in Elijah Mitchell, and it won't be good for fantasy, but maybe give CMC some rest.
More guesses on defense.
More guesses on top scoring defense for last week.
Okay. It's so hard.
It is hard. Let me think. I'm looking at my teams over here. I got the list of the teams. How about what about the Lions?
The Lions against Green Bay?
Yeah.
Maybe
They
maybe.
kept getting in the red zone and tearing it up. Think about sacks and think about interceptions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers threw 3, so. It's got to be the Lions.
I'll go Lions defense on that one.
Way to work that out.
Klashink. Correct. Number 2 answer, Lions. I got number 1 and number 2. Where was this last night, bro? I needed this last night. Man.
Okay, let's get the third one.
Yeah. Which 5 defenses scored the highest last week? We got number 1, Patriots. 2, Lions. Let's see here, bro. That maybe do you think the Titans did? No, Kansas City threw all over them. But
the
it was
Jets.
Jets. We're gonna go Jets.
I literally just looked over at my notes and I seen defensive rookie of the year, Sauce Gardner. I was like, the Jets.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Let's see if it makes sense to Coop. Schlink. Jets are correct, sir. Jets are correct. I don't know, bro. Wonder if Jets are number 3. Where they at? We need another one. We need Jets are number 4, Trey.
Oof.
So we need 3 and we need 5.
You remember who Kansas City played last week?
The Titans.
Okay, so I don't think it was them.
But
the Bills lost to the Jets, and
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Oh.
So it's not the Bills.
Who played the Rams? The Buck? No, maybe the Bucks. No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're probably right. Who? The Bengals? Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think that they had a very good defensive game. The Dolphins definitely didn't.
Hey, help us out if you're in the comments section.
Yeah, for real.
Top 5 defenses for last week, week 9 of the NFL.
Seattle.
Seattle?
Throwing it out there.
Who'd Seattle play?
Don't remember, but their defense has been legit.
It has been decent. It has. What about the Niners? The Niners. Give it to us. We're going with Niners.
What?
While we two X's, Trey. One more guess. We got
That's
one
an
more
X on Seattle or X on Niners? Because Josh said Niners. And
He's
I
saying
said
X
Seattle.
on Seattle.
Okay.
All right. Guys, this is how it goes over on TSS Fantasy. He's got the Fantasy Feud goes I think it's every Friday night, but it's freaking fun. It's freaking awesome. He gives us questions and we answer those questions, and he's got a whole
struggle like we do today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I know my stuff, but when you put me on the spot, I mean,
Yeah.
Last week, let's think. I'm gonna go. Who'd the Commanders play last week? I don't know.
Oof.
You know what? Let's just throw one out there, Trey. Let's just throw one out there. Oh, I know. Ravens. The Ravens. Justin Houston
you're
went
exactly right.
off.
You're exactly right.
Justin Houston went off. Ravens.
I bet the Ravens are number 3.
Yeah, they gotta be. Give it to us.
Ravens final answer. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Good stuff. Gotta be. It has got to be. Justin Houston went off, dude. But we got any more start and sit questions in the comments section? Give it to us, guys. We got a few more minutes here.
Did you give your MVP yet?
Correct, by the way. Yeah, no, I haven't given my MVP choice yet. Josh Allen. He's up there. He's in there. It's either got to be, him or Patrick Mahomes.
Or Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is in the discussion. I'll say that. One
answer left and one strike.
One answer left. One strike. Which 5 defenses scored the highest last week? We got the Patriots. We got the Jets. We got the Ravens. And who else?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough, my friend.
Ooh, Albert says, what about the Cardinals? I'll go Cardinals. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll go with Albert's answer. We'll take it.
We will take the Cardinals. Final answer. Probably.
If it's not the Cardinals, I bet it was Tampa, and I just fooled you.
Yeah, the Rams look like crap. They look like crap, and it was a terrible game, but that usually means defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But correct, Albert. They tied the America's team, the Dolphins.
Hey,
America's team. Heck yeah, bro. Killing
appreciate the help, Albert.
it. Good job. Good job, fellas. Wake up with us at 8 a.m. Guys, go over to TSS Fantasy. Like, subscribe to the channel. They do fun stuff like this all the time. Love those guys. Check them out. You can also go to the bottom of our YouTube channel. You'll see them right there in our friends section, TSS Fantasy. Wake up with them in the morning, guys. They're helping you out, helping you set your lineups, just like we're trying to do here. All right, let's see here. What we got going on? Did you know that since week 7, Derrick Henry has gotten 100% of Titans touchdowns?
I did not know that, but it makes the most sense.
That's wild, right?
I thought Malik ran one in, but maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, I think you're tripping. But maybe that was like when he played in like week 5 or 6 or something for a minute. Yeah, Derrick Henry's been killing it though, man. I'm so happy that this year you have got Derrick Henry on your side and you're experiencing what it's like to be a Derrick Henry owner. Why I always had the crown for this guy all those years. Oh, love me some Derrick Henry. And people laughed at us when we said Derrick Henry over Jonathan Taylor.
Right, and now who's laughing?
Well, then I took Jonathan Taylor in one of my leagues first.
I did not.
The peer pressure, man. The peer pressure got to me. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Henry's just doesn't have it anymore. And then the first couple of weeks, I was like, yikes.
I will say I didn't take Derrick Henry early either. I traded for him, but
Albert says, check Derrick Henry's playoff schedule. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
That must
that's
mean
a good thing and not a scary thing.
I'm worried it's a scary thing. The way he said it just felt very ominous.
Let's go. Our players 15, 16, and 17, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What do they got?
They got the Chargers, the run centric all over their defense.
Okay.
They got Houston in 16.
Ooh.
Another 200-yarder because he's got 5 consecutive 200 yards against Houston.
Ooh.
And then in 17, they got Dallas, which is probably be a little bit harder matchup, but still.
Well, I mean, usually it's in most leagues it'll go back 17 because they rest the starters. You know what I mean? Yeah. Usually. So what was 14? What was 14? Week 14. What has he got?
14. He has Jacksonville.
Dang. Yikes. Dang, bro. I hope I'm going to have to play you in one of those most likely.
Yeah, it won't be the finals, baby.
You won't be the finals? Is that what you said?
I don't think so because, well, maybe it will actually. Because,
you never know.
Yeah, it's very possible. We could not play to the finals.
Yeah, you could fall.
I think every year, though, we play in the before the finals, you know?
Yeah.
We played in the playoffs every year, and we'd never been in the finals together.
Have you ever beat me in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think I did last year.
Last year you knocked me out. Yeah, you got me last year, but my team was in shambles last year, bro.
Shambles.
It was, dude. I was injuries freaking everywhere, man. Like
my team was chilling. My team was winning in the championship. My team had the dub. My opponent sent a thank you and have a great year text, and I lost with 43 seconds left on the clock.
That's what you get for beating a defending Bandy Bowl champion.
Hashtag bench Najee Harris.
Wow, too bad he wasn't running like he is this year, you know, when you needed him to. That was wild, dude. Like, I remember laughing, actually, because I was watching your matchup.
They didn't have to run it. They literally could kneel it, and it would be fine. They could just kneel the ball, and they would have won the game. No problem. But they were like, you know what? Let's try to get this first down just to guarantee that we don't even have to give the ball back at all. Hand it off to Najee. Najee gets the first down. And I'm like, okay, now just fall down because you've won. The first down means you've won. Just fall down. You know, be respectful. 43-yard touchdown.
Woo! I remember that.
The disrespect, Najee.
Sounds like him, buddy. Sounds like him. Hey, did you know that every team in the NFL has won a game since the Packers' last win?
Jesus, that is a horrible stat for the Packers fans.
Every team has won. What do you think's the problem in Green Bay. Trey.
Detroit has won? Oh, yeah, they beat
They
Green
beat
Bay.
the Packers. Yeah.
It's terrible and it's sad, and Aaron Rodgers thinks it's everybody else's fault. And I'm
Always.
sure there is faults for everyone else, but there's also faults on him. I mean, 3 interceptions. I don't know how anybody else has control over where you put the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't look like himself this year, man. It's insane to me. Aaron Rodgers need to get it together, bud. I mean, do they have a shot to make the playoffs still? I mean, that division? I don't know.
I don't think so, bud.
What is it, 5 straight losses, bro? Yikes.
Yeah, and who are they playing this week again?
The Packers are playing, is it I can't remember. Is it the Chiefs?
I do not think so, but I know it's not an easy matchup.
Yeah, they are playing week 10. The Packers got Cowboys. That's right.
Yeah.
They got the Cowboys. Yeah, because actually looking forward to that matchup. I kind of wish that was the Sunday night game so I could sit down and enjoy Aaron Rodgers' dismay, if you will.
I actually am not looking forward to that game because I don't like either team. So
I know, but I don't either. And I don't want to.
It's like you want to root for the Cowboys. Exactly.
I don't want to root for the Cowboys, but I mean, who would you rather win, Aaron Rodgers or the Cowboys?
That's one of those like when a movable object meets a unstoppable force or whatever. Like I don't want to make that decision. Is die an option?
Wow. Man, awesome show, guys. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. That helps us out so much. We appreciate all of the support. And guys, don't forget to go down in the description of this video, get your entries for the signed DeAndre Swift jersey giveaway. We're giving it away. Ends December 6th. We're probably giving it away on our Stars and Sits show on that 9th. Guys,
It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And stay tuned because Manscaped has sent us a couple of performance packages valued at $130 each. And we're just going to give them away to some lucky listeners, some lucky subscribers to the channel. Guys, we appreciate you so much. You got anything else, Trey?
Nothing besides my hair looks great today.
It really does. It really does look great, buddy. It looks great. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up, got too little